We live in a land paid for by blood, a country that was built up from sticks and mud. Our ancestors crossed 1,000 miles over the ocean, leaving behind a past that was negative emotion. When they first sighted land, they all jumped overboard and swam. They couldn't believe they were living in freedom. The government they once had didn't need them. It was tough during the first days, figuring this strange land. Many grouped together and started a plan. They knew they needed something to keep them in line. This is when they wrote the Constitution, man, it was divine. A bunch of men agreeing never lost their mind. They gave us all our freedom, one amendment at a time. And when they finished writing, 39 men had to sign. We have freedom, you can't take away. The Constitution guarantees that. So take your false authority and go the fuck away. The next 200 years came with a price. A bunch of men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice. They did it for the people alive today. You don't hear very many taking 3 times to say thank you, whoever you are, who gave your life, and for their families left on earth alone for their life. Thank you for your gift, the life that you gave. It lets us live as free men. Oh, glory we will wave. Now we are here in 2025, a year led by selfishness. It's no surprise the government is taking over. It's a friggin' mess. Our kids are being taken by people who must be diseased. Who the hell gave them that power? These actions need to cease. So listen up, you voted officials, we are here to say you need to pay attention to issues, because we aren't going away. We come bearing the Constitution, we'll recite it if we may. We the people is how it begins. The words that follow, you can fill them in, because they aren't true as they were meant to be. You're taking our freedoms one at a time. No one's paying attention except for us reciting these lines. You don't get to take away the rights we were given. Taking away our children should get you in prison. I'm not messing around, it's no laughing matter. Give our children freedom, or feel your teeth shatter. We are the ones who make the decisions. You lost track of your job, we're here to petition. This is your final chance. America doesn't need to fight a civil war. We just need you politicians to hit the door. So do the right thing and leave this city of Washington, or turn things around, give us something to pawn again. Give us back our children, not one at a time. We all want them back home on 49.
CPS took my neighbor's kids last week. Here's what I wish she knew beforehand. She had no clue what her rights were and completely panicked. That's exactly what you can't do. The difference between keeping your kids and losing them comes down to being prepared. There's this book, Stay Calm, CPS is Coming, that breaks down everything you need to know. Education isn't just power, it's protection. Grab it on Amazon or check cpsbreakingnews.com. Don't wait until it's your door they're knocking on.
One man is lost in the fog. His friend brings a torch in the night. They walk arm in arm through the dark, guided by one man's side, one man's side. Some cannot walk, some cannot see, some cannot speak, some cannot hear, some cannot learn, some cannot think, but all can love, and all can feel, and all can care, and all can change, and all can learn, and all can grow. We are equal in the same. We are equal in the same. We are equal in the same.
Two men were working the land, two farmers making their trade.
While one was blind, he was still the mind behind the world's best lemonade. His lemonade. Some cannot walk, some cannot see, some cannot speak, some cannot hear, some cannot learn, some cannot think, but all can love, and all can feel, and all can care, and all can change, and all can learn, and all can grow. We are equal in the same. We are equal in the same. We are equal in the same.
Hey everyone, I'm Henry Martaccio. It is 9/13/25 show. A lot of big things happening this week with craziness and goodness and happiness, but hoping you guys had a decent week through it all. But anyways, last week I want to apologize. I was reading off of Disability Justice website, and I didn't correctly allow you guys to see the video. I think I had technical problems. New to this, so apologize. Anyways, but yeah, thank you, Tammy, for saying you're praying. I think a lot more of that's needed out there today.
Hey, Henry,
there's that. What's going on, buddy?
how are you, brother? I
All
just
right.
figured I'd pop in, check in, see how you were doing.
How you been feeling?
I'm all right. You know,
Yeah.
we've had a tough week, right? But we've got to just push through.
All
We
right.
can't sit here and fester in this, right? We got to move along.
Well,
and,
I thought what was a good thing was toe and roll this week, though. That really put a step in my foot again.
hell, freaking yeah. You know what? And
Billy,
that's yeah.
Billy and John and everyone else, the whole crew, they're off the hook. Good. And
Yeah.
I think they hold the official remedy.
They're in their bus. They're in the bus and they're on their way, man.
Yeah, which we can't have Billy drive the bus, bro. You got to do something. It's John's got to drive.
But so the picture's inaccurate, is what you're telling me.
I told Billy she's our secret weapon. We'll put her in the bus in D.C. and she can wipe out everybody, you know?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I have it
Billy's
right.
driving skills are pretty scary. I guess they have some.
They're subpar, are you saying?
Yeah, John had a little peeing of the pants a couple of times with Billy driving, I guess.
That's funny.
It's all good, you know.
I'll fix it.
But yeah, I guess she's headed to DC right now, bro.
Yeah, she called me earlier and she said, "Hey, Nancy, what's up?" She's like,
ready to kick ass all week, and you know, I'm trying to get her in with my legislators, so I'm begging everybody to make a phone call to your legislators to see if you can get Billy and John into the office. Simple call.
Right.
You just tell them that you're going with them, And if you show up, you show up. If you don't, but if not, you have Billy Renee Powers and John Bloom, and a couple of Tom. I don't have their last names, but just say the crew afterwards, and the crew that might be available.
Right.
And just like to meet and discuss, and they're going to say, well, what's toll and roll, and again, we have the remedy, we have the problem of title theft, and all the way down to CPS is included to your property. They're stealing your children from you. My fact, it would be, again, I can apply Title IV funding is being stolen from my child. Government, I believe the words are government, the benefit of government, federal benefits and services. It's a crime. I heard it the other day on Connie's show, and it opened my mind. Hey, I got a question about something.
Sure.
You ever hear of Baby Rico?
Baby Rico.
Rico.
What is this Baby Rico?
Regular Rico, the way I'm understanding it, is again, I'm asking the world out there, because like we should be able to talk about our laws like a Sunday paper. But anyways, I understand Rico is more like a criminal organizations. Baby Rico, the way the person said it, was more of a civil type Rico. If that spells.
Is that what? I don't. You know what? Let me go look in this. Baby Rico, huh?
Baby Rico. It was the first time I caught a gentleman in a clip the other day. I'm sorry, you know me. I love my Facebook clips, and I got some good feeds going. And
if you ever, Henry, you can play those up on your show too. You know that, right? So
hell no, Darren. I can barely dial the damn phone to you. Okay. I was happy without technology, but this is the only way I can get the word out about the ADA, that people are protected in every state. And what you got to do is use case law from other states to prove the point. What happens in one state doesn't affect the laws of the next state. They're supposed to modify their policies and procedures to fit the needs of the disabled. And I don't care if you're being perceived as something, all the way down to again, I'm playing with the groups a little bit, and something I'm finding hard to believe, that if somebody does have an unrecognized disability, should the courts have the right to terminate them permanently? Shouldn't there be some kind of rehabilitation? Is there such a bad disability when it comes to your children that society is supposed to accept, but not accept in a family? Wouldn't that person in the family matter also have the right to see what the disability is and overcome it? And again, easiest one I can think of is alcoholism, drugs, and some say some people have disabilities in cleaning their freaking houses. Too neat. OCD kicks in, whatever it is. I don't know. But
I'm not finding anything here like Baby Rico. They're saying that there's Rico cases
against a civil.
Yeah, well, what I'm seeing here is that there's racketeering, influenced in corrupt organizations. That's Rico, but there's a rapper by the name of Baby that they could be talking about, but I'm not seeing.
I wished I saved it the other day, or I think I might have sent it to you in Messenger because I was scratching my head.
Let me look at there. I'll look there in a second. But I'm not seeing any. The search term Baby Rico is a known slang term used in legal contexts, particularly on social media and forums, to refer to civil Rico. The Racketeer Influenced in Corrupt Organizations Act is a real federal law that includes both criminal and civil components. The Civil RICO statute, which is the civil provision of the RICO Act, allows private citizens to file a lawsuit to recover damages from a pattern of racketeering activity.
Now, is those words, that's kind of like what he said too. And again, are those words, that's all we got to do is prove the pattern of a RICO activity.
Right. So how do you...
I mean, we have such similar cases. I don't care whether it's me dealing with the Department of Social Services or somebody dealing with DCF, CPS,
Right,
whatever.
right. Um,
Again, it's federal benefit. And again, going back to how is Gunner? Have you heard anything
Sure,
about him?
they're doing good. They're doing. We're really working hard this week. We got a lot of things that came up that needed our addressing right away. Of course, they got the kids and that stuff. I don't want to go into too much of what's going on there. That's his job and his doings.
Now,
But he's
am
doing
I
well.
right? Did you
Sharon doing just as well.
did
What's
you
that?
catch Tennessee might be the next state that Trump might go to with the military?
Oh, really? That doesn't surprise me at all.
And with a
Um,
name called Gunner, you would think he'd be able to walk right in and talk to the boys and say, "You want to see corruption? I'll
yeah,
give you
well,
corruption."
there's some. Yeah, well, there's some. There's some components, like in everything in Gunner's life, that we don't know about, and you'll see this later down the ride, where his name is definitely something. It's not. I'm not gonna say any more than that, but his name definitely is the source
Well,
of.
I would think the military, because everyone keeps on telling me that there's a different court. When you're in military, there's a military court, and you always obey by military laws and regulations versus
Right.
civilian. And I
Yeah,
thought they govern all their own divorces, or I don't know. I can't keep up.
right.
Too
No, I
much to
don't think
learn, too
it's
quick,
tough.
too
Right.
fast. And
Yes,
that's
sir.
where the courts really bank on you, because if you're stuck on your own trying to learn all this, never mind, we're not allowed to
Right.
have
Come in somebody else's.
home home access of lowest law or West law. I get closed the law libraries. I get have them open one day a week, but we all should have
Right.
a pass to remotely log in if you're involved in any kind of civil or criminal case. Period. How do you not say we
Right.
have equal rights to the same law libraries that
Mhm.
you claim is for us? But it ain't. The bar's taking it over.
All
The
right. So
bar,
it says here. So it
man.
says here, Henry. It says that on April 2nd, the Supreme Court said yes, RICO does provide a remedy for business and property loss that derives from a personal injury. So
So is
that
that is that is that interesting to you at all? Because I
no,
mean,
that's where they get into the civil procedures, my man. And then I think that makes the flow down to the ADA, and then so on and so forth. So
So
that's
I
exciting.
could be possibly looking and playing in my head. You just actually hit it right on the head. That again, and this is where I'm driving towards. I want to show everybody before. I need probably 15, 20 minutes of showtime just to show them the disability justice, because through there they say they created a federal pro bono program where somebody's supposed to be helping on a federal level file and make your files and help you with paperwork. But yet, when I approached the one in Connecticut, which is run by, of course, and subcontracted out to statewide legal services, she was all excited in the beginning that I was just, talking medical. I was going to go after medical for Nathan.
Mhm.
She didn't realize I was going to go in for non-compliancy of the American Disabilities Act, Title II, fundamental administrative duties, starting with a designated responsible employee, 28 CFR 35.107, because without that person to create policies and procedures and sign their name on the financial dollars to end the discrimination since 1990, again, I just don't see how the entity can claim that they're even close to compliancy. And compliancy is a due process violation. So it's a real simple argument, but if you don't
Mhm.
raise it while you're in the court and start objecting and tell them to go pound sand, and you're not going to take Title One employment law because that's EEOC law. And again, Title Two, because it's Title Two, you have the right to jump to different titles for greater or best insured protections of program services and activities that will assist the disabled to level the playing field with their disability and society's mandates on them. You're not going to go tell somebody with an IQ of 69 or less that they have to go out and hold a job. We might do it with somebody who has an IQ of 75, but again,
Right.
it doesn't mean that these are bad people. And again, hence these people don't even realize they have disabilities. They struggle through life cognitively because society just doesn't want to integrate with them and talk to them.
Mhm.
So again, I just don't get it. And it brings me into the family realm because I believe CPS preys on people with disabilities. I'm sorry to say it, guys. I
Yeah.
really, really, really do think they do that.
Mm.
And the
That's
reason why
awful, man.
it's an easier target and somebody that has deep pockets and could be batshit crazy
Yeah.
leading a freaking church, but they got
Yeah.
deep pockets.
Yeah.
Most disabled people live or lower IQ would typically say they're going to be the ones living on society's edge. But what Gunner said the other week was, wait a minute, 1938, the federal government under Title IV said the money's there to help the family to stay intact, build the family, but yet it ain't happening. The ADA says that you should have the same right to family relationships, family rights,
Yeah.
community inclusion, community participation. It's not making sense to me on why 35 years later, not one of these attorneys are arguing this on our behalf. And that's about it. But
That's good stuff. Well, I'm going to keep looking up this Rico stuff, buddy.
all right, I'm going to
Uh,
jump into
while you're
this. And
doing
this
this,
time, I'm going to share my screen the correct way because that's what I didn't do. Because I
right?
learned last week that every time you close out, you have to reopen.
So if you have any problems, I am right here in the back room, Henry.
Hey,
Just
just
give me
blow
a
me up
holler.
the maximum screen so everybody can see us. See the
Sure
maximum
thing, buddy.
screen.
All right, I will do that. That's
I'm
the
sorry,
maximum.
guys, if I'm not going to be able to hear, but make sure a video plays really quick, Darren.
Sure.
Um,
Which one? What are you
make
playing?
sure.
Which one you got here? You sending them to me?
This one, Frank. This is Judge Donovan, Frank. This is
Where
how
are
it
you
all
putting them in the
started.
private chat? Why don't you put them in
Uh, it's right
if you're
here.
going to give me the links, if you're going to give me the links, put them right here in our private chat, and I can fire them right from there.
Oh, okay. So you can't hear this now playing?
You need to play them. All right. So do you see the little? Sorry guys for this little lesson, but you guys can take notes for if you're ever on the show. All right, Henry. Do you see the little TV square down there?
Yep, I'm gonna stop it and minimize right now.
Okay. So hit the little TV screen with the arrow. Sorry
TV
guys about this. Too.
screen. Yep, with an arrow.
Yeah. Share screen. See it says that.
Yeah, I did that, and I hit on disability
Okay.
justice.
Click it up, right? Then go to where you want it to be.
There, it's the video I want. Yeah.
Say, go click on that video like it's gonna play.
Yeah, and I hit copy.
No, let's hit play.
I'm playing it now.
Did you hit the share button?
Share to. Yeah, it says sharing this tab to, and it says stop sharing. View tab. Stream.
Oh, so you see, when you hit the share button, it says where to share the thing to. Then you pick the article that you're trying to highlight in there, right? So you see like the list of what you have open.
No, I got it playing underneath the box underneath me. I don't know
Henry,
why.
give me just give me the link. I'll play it for you.
Go. I gave it to you.
Go, Darren, go.
How do I shut this off? It says in the left box, Darren, it says you're in the show, and it's playing over my microphone.
Yeah.
So are people seeing it? Can somebody give me a thumbs up on it?
Yeah, I hear you. There you go, buddy. Now we're here, right? You see it? Here we go. Now you do this. Hold on, here it comes. There you go.
That well at that time. This is when he was
That's it, right?
a practicing
I can hear
lawyer
you now.
in the
Yep.
cities.
All right, so let's start it over. All right, guys, sorry about that lesson, but all right, enjoy yourselves.
What I understand is the Disability Justice Resource Centers acknowledging and honoring former Magistrate Judge Stephen Rao, who passed away. Didn't know Steve Rao that well at that time. This is when he was a a practicing lawyer in the Twin Cities before he became a magistrate judge.
Darren,
And I'll
stop
get a
it.
little
Close it.
emotional
I'm
when
playing
I
over
say
you,
it.
I think. I cannot close this left one in my box. What the hell? Am I playing it? That's what it is. I was playing it on my thing. Damn it. It was still streaming on my own stream, and I had this going. I apologize. I'm gonna put it right here and close mine out because I couldn't figure out why it was doing what it was doing. Relaunch that again for me so we can
Sure
see.
will.
Are you there? Just me? All right, guys. I don't know. I think we lost Darren.
When he was a practicing lawyer. What I understand is the Disability Justice Resource Center's acknowledging and honoring former magistrate judge Stephen Rao, who passed away. Didn't know Steve Rao that well at that time. This is when he was a practicing lawyer in the Twin Cities before he became a magistrate judge. And I'll get a little emotional when I say it, but it'll confirm in so many ways why he's being acknowledged here in the Disability Resource Center. And this lawyer named Steve Rao across the table, Your Honor, you didn't call me. I don't remember getting a message or anything. You call me, I will represent this family. Well, he not only represented them, but now this was before what's called the Pro Se Project, where we end up hiring an attorney with non-taxpayers' money from lawsuits to recruit pro bono lawyers. Steve Rao, lawyers who would represent people, and whether pro bono or not, because we had all these cases where people, whether it was a Social Security disability issue, an employment discrimination issue, a medical issue, housing discrimination issue, whether it was lawyers, whether it was lack of education, comfort level, competency. I wish you could have seen what Steve Rouse said to a group of lawyers. He came to me, Your Honor, we have to educate lawyers. We have to tell them that part of their constitutional promise is to serve all individuals, especially those with disabilities, if we want to give true meaning to the word equal justice under law, so we can give them a comfort and competency level to do that. And so we said, and we aren't going to let them use the word constitutional promise or diversity without including individual disabilities. It changed everything. He would volunteer we started doing back in 2009, 2010, as a number of people, including Colleen Wick and others, know, free CLEs. The true measure of whether we're providing equal justice under law is, will we indeed, and this is really a direct quote from Steve Rao, will we provide equal access to justice in a care and compassionate way for the most vulnerable and needy people amongst us? And if we can't do that, we are not upholding the promise that every lawyer makes and every judge makes to give true meaning to those words, equal justice under law. Not only am I not surprised, but I applaud the whole notion of honoring and memorializing this very special human being and what the Disability Resource Center is doing, because I can't think of anybody more deserving, frankly. People, regardless of their background, their education, their level of intelligence, they can tell when you're listening and caring. And then that's what opens up communication lines. Well, I don't think Steve Rao could speak a word about the obligations of a lawyer and judge without being caring, compassionate. Well, people can tell when you're listening and caring, and then that's when meaningful discussions occur. In 2010, shortly after some of those things started to happen, we started having pro se bar summits focusing on disability to get lawyers and attract judges and lawyers in to educate them on some key things, some of which I was aware of, some of which I wasn't. That is, carrying around unfair stereotypes of people with disabilities and it affecting your behavior. And so then we started the seminars, and Karen's message and those of so many others have really caused and precipitated so much change because you will see now people, because of partly the education about what's stereotypical, unfair stereotypes, assumptions made. It changed people, how it sensitized people.
That's some good stuff, guys. And even underneath that, there's a lot more that we can go over. But he definitely did, speak about the stereotypes, and that's where we need to stop that. Where you did XYZ, and you're going to be a bad parent. It just doesn't make sense to me. If this was known in 1990 in the early 90s, and this was again the whole point of the ADA was to stop the stereotypes. I'm sharing now, Darren. Hopefully, it's up on the screen. Everyone can see it. But again, underneath justice denied, you guys got to understand that this is another great. You're not going to be able to see it, so I'm going to have to give it to Darren. But I would like you guys to sift through this website, and where I was looking for stereotypes. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. All right, but anyways, we're having technical problems huge tonight because I got to learn this system, how to do things on the show.
Henry. It's very simple, my friend. All right. Your link is up. You've clicked your link on your computer, right? You have an open tab above your head, right?
Yeah, was I streaming? I don't even know if I was.
You weren't there. What you see in front of you is what you get, my man. So now go to the bottom, go to that little square.
I got to first bring up the website in my thing because it says share. I do the share, but I can't play videos.
Okay, stop sharing. Hit the stop sharing for yourself.
Okay.
Now go to that bottom little thing, hit share. Okay.
That's all I got is share screen. Press H.
Yes.
Justice. Right. Now you're telling me you can see that, they can see that, everyone can see it.
See, now you have it up here. Now I got to unlock it right here, and now you're good to go, my friend. There you go. Yeah. All right, you're in.
So anything, but anyways, where I want you guys really next to go is the UN Convention of Human Rights. When you guys read underneath this, the obligations underneath the UN really pretty much spell out a lot of things. And again, Article 13 is it's important of justice, equal opportunity is a method through the convention. However, equal access justice is specifically covered in Article 13 that states states and parties shall ensure effective access to justice for persons with disabilities on an equal basis with others, including the provision of procedures and age appropriate communications in order to facilitate their effective role as directed in inherent participation. So again, indirect participation. So again, it clearly talks about participation. You hear parents always saying, "Oh, my reunification has been stopped." I'm asking you to file a complaint. You have to file a complaint. And the beautiful next words is including as a witness. So you're a witness to your child being abused in a facility. You have that right to make that complaint underneath the ADA and all legal proceedings, including all investigations in other preliminary on other preliminary stages. So that means when they come knocking to me and they say, "Okay, well, I see again," I'm just going to say, you don't clean your house or you don't make a bed appropriate. Let's go with the bed theory. I can't bounce a quarter off the bed. You're a bad parent. We're going to take your kids. So my feeling would be, no, at that time, you have to give me the ability to learn how to make a bed correctly, or whatever they're saying that you're doing. Let it be not paying enough attention to the kids or not bathing the kids. Then again, you could have a sensory issue where the child doesn't want to be in the bath water. Who knows? I'm throwing it all out there. We heard the other night somebody, I think it was in this show. No, oh, sorry, it was another one where they were saying their child bruises easy, and they got a disorder. And you touch them, and they automatically get a bruise. Well, child goes to school with a bruise. There you go. You got DCF in your life. But let's read this some more. In order to help ensure effective access to justice for a person with a disability, state parties shall promote appropriate training for those working in the field of administrative justice, including policies and prison staff. Policies, police and prison staff. I'm really striking it tonight. You want to look at Harvard Law School. You want to look at applied disability research and information employment training if you're dealing with an employment problem. UN disability history process strong. These are all great stuff. But what I'm really looking for is that program, and I thought it was in here. That's it. Pro Se Project. This is what I'm looking for. Darren, I gotta have these videos playing. Can you hear me, buddy? These three videos are where they're going to talk about it. So last time I was able to go.
The Pro Se Project, it's a
And I
unique
copied-
collaboration between the Federal District Court here in Minnesota and the Federal Bar Association, the Minnesota chapter.
I'm gonna stop. I'm going to come see Darren. Darren, I'm giving you another one. We'll just listen to the first one. You with it, Darren? Hello? No, guess not. But anyways, these are all really, really good videos to be looking at. But anyways, underneath this Pro Se Project, so what I did is I contacted mine where they list. You can probably do a Google and you start the engagement. See how far they're willing to help you. Document when they were willing to drop you. And again, because you're not going to go off on the Title II right away. You're going to somehow, like me, I went with medical and it was dental procedures, not knowing that I was also going to be bringing up the ADA. So again, you could have, unfair treatment in the facility, improper education in the facility. What else? There's anything would apply. But again, it's where you really want to go to is underneath this Pro Se project. And again, I would love to find out who the people of this website are, because I cannot figure out who's running it. There is no contact me, the whole 9 yards. And again, this is another great denied justice denied, know my rights. These are all great things that you guys should probably just glance over and look over. Discrimination and segregation and humiliation. These are all great things to know about what they're perceiving it as. Because again, can you tell me you don't have a caseworker that didn't discriminate against you or try to humiliate you to make you look smaller than what you were in front of your children, knowing you cannot fight back because your children are sitting right there verbally? When I say fight back, verbally. But again, basic legal rights, ADA today, understanding your disabilities. These are all great things to look at. Case studies. It was all stuff that's, again, voting, you name it. Here we go. Is good cases here, I would say. ADA overview and protections of afforded with the American disabilities. Explanation, Title I. ADA history. This is, again, such a great thing to understand, because, again, you're 1 through 5 titles, and it explains the spirit and intent of legislation. And again, the intent was to level the playing field so that people with disabilities weren't still being the target of society programs, norms of stereotypic, you can't do that, or we're going to protect you from yourself, or we're going to protect you from others. And this is where, again, I'm thinking in my mind, how can somebody say that your rights are terminated? Because if it was such a heinous crime, wouldn't that be in criminal court? That would be my first thing. Why would it be in a civil court? If it was such a heinous crime and you were guilty of this heinous crime, you lose your kids, but you don't have to go serve time. It just doesn't make sense to me. And again, where I want to really stress, if you're going to read anything good, is the amendments of 2008, 88A amendments of 2008. This is, again, all really good stuff. People working with developmental disabilities as victims, so they've given guidance on how to work with people with developmental disabilities and victims. But what about working with people as victims with disabilities? Like, let's just say you have a family situation where, again, the parents bipolar, maybe came off some bipolar medicines. Everyone's had enough of the crap because of the bipolarness is a burden on the family life. You never know which way to go. You can't plan and proceed. They might have OCD about going somewhere and, driving or climbing heights like a tree or something. When I was thinking trail hiking or something like that. But again, I would just, again, look at this stuff and try to get more into it. So again, they got to have a policy and procedure in your state, similar and the same to the stuff that we're talking about, guardianship and decision making. Then you also have, the Pro Se project explains a summary of in Minnesota and a description of how the project originated. So this is, again, another great film that's within this system. So this is just the overview, again, on things that you can go ahead and look at throughout this system. But again, basic legal freedoms, rights to education, rights to vote, denied justice, access to justice, and stereotypes. These are all great things. I'm going to get out of here. And I want to go. I'm hoping that maybe it would have brought up ADA. You can always look at the arc of Minnesota now, because we know we're dealing with Minnesota, that these people are out of Minnesota. And again, you can look at some basic language to understand the lives of people with disabilities should have. Lives of disabilities, I hope I'm still sharing. Lives of people who have disabilities are shaped by their race, their age expression, where they live, time in the history, and more. And a lot of these persons' lives make up their identity. Sometimes people are treated unjust because of their identities. The way that people can express opposition because of their identity is called intersectionality, I believe. Kimberly Crenshaw was the first person to use that term. Now you got me. Selectively. Um, so again, there's just so much here just to even go over that you guys could just steal away the intent of wording is being used in what they're doing. And again, here it is, fighting for justice in a society and a system. That would probably be a good, burden that the courts are putting on you. You have to fight for justice in society and in systems. That's absolutely would be considered an undue burden. And that's it on that one. So let's go to where I want to go. Now, again, to file complaints, guys, you got HHS OCR, which is Office of Civil Rights. It's going to typically be your funding more on your medical aspect and education aspect. Courts do pull off of it. DCF does pull off of it. School systems pull off of it. But where you really would like to do is both places. That would be my opinion. I'd file both when in doubt. If it's a housing matter, obviously you'd have to go to housing, which is HUD. HUD's a website. But again, I just want to again get back into the laws and regulations, laws and regulations standards, design, guidance. I'm looking for. I'm just gonna towns and states. See what I pull up underneath the search. Settlement agreement of town and state. I type it like guidance. I want to go underneath guidance. Web content, local government, first steps towards complying with American disabilities, web mobile, update again. I'm looking for responsibilities, I believe it is, of towns and states. And it might be ADA checklist for polling stations. So clearly there would have to be a checklist for the courthouses or DCF or CPS, whatever you want to call it. Common questions, even law enforcement's. So again, these are all common questions you can ask a law enforcement. So when the law enforcement comes out with CPS, you want to ask for their designated responsible employee too. You want to know why there's not a procedural safeguard given for you to know your rights when dealing with CPS, because you could be dealing with somebody that's with a disability and needs the explanation. But let's go into cases really quick, just for ha-has. I'm looking for new settlement agreements, communication, topics. So any topics, equal access, introducing to the ADA. Hey, parents' rights. Whoa, we just found parents' rights. All right, parents' rights with people with disability. State and local welfare child agencies will, as a and as well as the court, are responsible for protecting your children and family. Responsible for protecting the children and the family ties back into what Gunner said. Gunner said in 1938 that SSI Title IV was to be used to keep the family intact. But they also need to ensure that parents and guardians or prospective parents with a disability, you are not discriminated again by on the basis of your disability, but by so the court and the agencies will only be helping to place your child in a safe and caring home. They will also be complying with the ADA. So that means they have to basically do everything that is necessary to keep your family intact. Absent true harm and abuse. There cannot be no other. They can't say you have a disability and this is why you're going to lose your disability. Now we know the next game they play is, well, okay, well, you didn't show up at these times. Hey, they're making unreasonable times. Again, that would be a simple ADA modification instead of just saying, I would like to have you guys change this time for when I get out, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon versus 10:30 in the morning because my workday would be totally shot. I have to work and pay my lawyer bills, my roof over my head, and everything else. And at the same time, it would be a unfair burden for me, financially and physically that I have to do twice the traveling when I can just leave work, hit you, and then go home. But again, it's clearly saying that there's individualized treatments for parents. I mean, guys, this is all here. You got to sift through this stuff. It's going to apply to you in your situation because you have to learn it because clearly you're the one that's got to stand there and object. And then if they say no or they don't respond, which I love when they don't respond because that means you're pissing them off and they don't have an answer and they know they're not non-compliant, then you file the complaint. Yes. Do I think they're going to end up calling behind the scenes and talking with the state? Yes, I do think so. But they're not going to go ahead and remedy one case. If there's 20 people saying the same damn thing, then you got 20 complaints of the ongoing problem after they've been warned multiple times, I'm sure. Now they're going to go seek a settlement agreement to enforce it. That's how it's been for the last 35 years. Do I think it's fair? No, because when Congress passed it, it was immediate. And again, that they were supposed to be compliant. We're dealing with this compliancy issue 35 years later. Nobody's developed policies and procedures on what to do. So again, local government, state government right here, learn more. So again, Title II applies to the general requirements, Title II. The general requirements of Title II require states and local governments to give people with disabilities an equal opportunity to benefit from all their programs, services, and activities. The state and local government cannot deny people the chance to participate or to make practical in different programs, or to make them participants in different programs that can offer to others. So basically, they're saying, well, if everyone else is I'm just going to use a flight of stairs now. If everyone else climbs up there to go meet with their kids on the second floor of some rinky-dink building that some lawyer owns and hasn't updated to meet ADA code, meaning like a stair escalator, a chair escalator to go up it. But they want you to crawl upstairs and go visit your kid upstairs. Again, or they want to carry you, which is again more degrading, more humiliating for that situation of the disability, and it just doesn't make sense to me on why you have to be forced to go there. So I'd immediately file a complaint. Ask for the designated responsible employees. Nobody gives you a complaint policy. You confirm it's not EEOC, which is Title I again. Then you want to turn around and use it. See what they offer you. What accommodations of modifications would they give you? Because modifications lead to accommodations. It's Title I that is an accommodation where they get to ask you, well, what's your disability and what do you want to do? You don't know what their program service can do. You're not supposed to know what it can do as applied towards your disability. So I think I'm babbling on here, but those are the main things, guys. I think we got it down now. The understanding of everything over the last three, 4 maybe webinars that we just had. But again, telehealth. There's even telehealth. So again, my feeling would be, why can't on that visitation scenario, you don't really have the money to financially go down there, and why can't they have a telehealth session with you? Again, they want to see you, observe you with your child or something. Well, then again, my feeling should be in a natural environment, not an environment that is uncomfortable because you're being stared at like a couple of monkeys in a cage. And who are the experts that are evaluating you? Because what if you have somebody that is not, how can I say it, touchy, over lovely, more to themselves, more secret. The family could it's two different types of people. You'd be looking for two different types of things. In my case, it'd be Nathan's low vocabulary and low ability to do things, but man, he can just do unbelievable things by sight. Meaning, if you ask him to go outside and mulch all day long, he'll do it all day long. Stack up some wood, he'll do that as a task because he physically asks or see what is supposed to be asked of him. But when you bring somebody to a room, put the pressure on them and say, you got to visit now, you got 45 minutes. And again, by the time the bickering and arguing even starts in the beginning and ends at the end, I'm not sure if it's even a productive setting. So I'd be arguing how it would be an emotional setting for a natural environment of you and your family that you've lived for, it'd be 1 year, 1 day, or 12 years. Because I'm putting like a 12-year-old or something like that, 14-year-old. But anyways, that's about it, guys. I'm going to close out of this so I can see the screen. I haven't been able to see anyone because I'm doing my screen. So I guess I can, Henry, this is the way these things. I'm reading a few things. Hey, Darren, you there? I sent him. Can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, sorry, I was stuck in a Google search window. We have Healing with Sam coming up after your show, so you should stick around to see that.
Is it starting right away, or?
Yeah, it should. She's probably waiting for
9:30, or
she starts right about now. So if you're ready to wrap,
okay. Well, let's kick it off, guys. Again, me and Darren will get together. I want to put up some briefs to go over the nuts and bolts. But again, I'm giving you basic foundations. That's all I'm doing. Of where you can go find this information on different sites. Judge Bazelon, we covered that, I believe, the other week. So again, it's just we got to dig into it. Aaron, for another night, and I can't wait for with Billy and Tolanol.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. Make sure that you check it out.
Buddy.
Pizza, baby. Healing with Sam coming up next. Thank you, Henry. Have a good night, buddy. No, not you, Joe. Stay home.
She fed her with such care, but the hands of cold injustice came and tore them from their lair. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you today? What did they do when they took you away on that cruel October day? October 7, 2022. That was the last time I saw you. They came with their accusations, said love was a disguise. Took you from your grandma's arms beneath those autumn skies. 1,000 days have vanished, 25,000 hours gone. Each tick of the clock a wound as we wonder where you've gone. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you today? What did they do when they took you away? You've been gone 1,000 days, 25,000 hours. You've been gone. What did they do today? They threw you down the stairs. They burnt your beautiful hair. Infested with their cruelty, no kindness anywhere. Sadistic hearts took pleasure in the pain they made you bear. They caged you, chained you, tried to steal your name so fair. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you today? What did they do when they took you away? They tore your world apart, broke your tender heart on that dark October day. October 7, 2022. Oh, Carly, we're still searching through the shadows and the pain. Your grandma's heart